You wake up slowly, like you often do these days. The covers feel heavier. Your body feels different, not broken, just changed. Maybe your hip aches when you sit too long, or perhaps your hands stiffen in the morning light, resisting the movements they once made without thought. You lie there a moment, listening to the silence of the house, to the rhythm of your own breath, to the quiet question that's been forming in the back of your mind. Is this just what it means to get older? You look out the window. The sun is rising, painting soft colors across the sky, but somehow your energy lags behind. You remember a time when getting up felt natural, effortless. Now it takes intention, effort, sometimes even courage. And then you think about the friends, the ones who aren't here anymore, the phone calls that turned into hospital visits, the birthdays that came and went without laughter. You wonder quietly, what's next for me? Am I just waiting for time to pass me by? But what if it didn't have to be that way? What if, instead of feeling like you're losing pieces of yourself, you could start reclaiming them? Strength, vitality, ease? What if the path forward wasn't about chasing youth, but about standing taller in the life you've built? Because here's something important you should know. Change is still possible, even now, especially now. So ask yourself this, not as someone who's fading, but as someone who's choosing, how do I want to age? Not just survive, but truly live? Let's find the answer together. There's a quiet truth many of us don't talk about. Strength isn't just something we lose as we age. It's something we can rebuild. You've spent decades building a life, raising children, working hard, loving deeply, showing up even when it wasn't easy. But lately, it might feel like that life is slipping through your fingers in small, frustrating ways. You used to walk without pain, climb stairs without hesitation, carry groceries without needing to stop halfway. And now, sometimes even getting out of a chair feels like a challenge. It's not just about physical strength either. It's about energy. The kind that makes you want to dance at a family wedding or chase after a grandchild on the beach. It's about clarity of mind, so you don't forget why you walked into a room or struggled to remember someone's name. It's about emotional resilience, so loneliness doesn't settle in like an unwelcome guest. And perhaps most importantly, it's about independence, because losing that's what truly hurts. When you start needing help with things you used to do easily, it changes how you see yourself. It changes how others see you too. Suddenly, you're being taken care of instead of taking charge. And that shift, it can be heartbreaking. But here's what mainstream health advice often misses. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. Not like this. Not if we give our bodies and minds what they truly need. Not quick fixes or extreme diets, but consistent, meaningful habits rooted in science and compassion. This video isn't about turning back time. It's about stepping forward with strength, dignity, and purpose. We're going to talk about one simple, powerful daily habit, one that's backed by research, tested by time, and deeply human. No gimmicks, no extremes, just a gentle, transformative practice that anyone can start, no matter where you are right now. Because the truth is, it's never too late to take back control. Let's begin. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman. Let's call her Margaret. She was 74 when she came to see a wellness coach, unsure if it would even be worth the time. Her knees hurt constantly. She was tired most days, even after a full night's sleep. She told herself this was just what getting older looked like. But during that first session, something unexpected happened. The coach didn't start by putting her on a strict diet or pushing her into intense workouts. Instead, he asked a simple question. When was the last time you felt truly nourished? Not just fed, but nourished. Margaret paused. She couldn't remember. So they started there. Small changes. A warm glass of lemon water in the morning. More vegetables, not because she had to, but because they made her feel lighter. more protein at lunch, so she wasn't reaching for sugary snacks by mid-afternoon. And slowly, almost without realizing it, things began to shift. Her energy came back, the stiffness eased. She started walking again, first around the block, then further. Not because she had to get healthy, but because she wanted to feel alive again. Now, I'm not telling you this to suggest that everyone can or should look like they did at 30. That's not the point. The point is this: many of the things we blame on age aren't actually age at all. What if your fatigue isn't just getting old, but a quiet sign that your body is missing something vital? What if those stiff joints aren't a life sentence, but a message your body has been sending, and you haven't known how to read? What if the most powerful medicine isn't hidden in a bottle or a gym, but in the rhythm of your daily choices? In the food you eat, the way you move, the moments you take to breathe? Because here's the truth: aging is inevitable. Decline? That's optional. And the habit we're about to explore? It's not just about strength. It's about listening to your body again. Really listening. And responding with care, with wisdom, and with intention. Are you ready to discover what that habit is? Let's take the next step together. Let me ask you something. Have you ever sat down to eat and still felt hungry? Not just physically, but deeply, as if your body was asking for something more than food. That's because nutrition after 70 isn't just about what you eat. It's about what your body needs to stay strong, balanced, and resilient. As we age, our bodies change. We don't absorb nutrients the same way. Our metabolism slows. Our muscles need more protein to stay firm. Our bones need more calcium and vitamin D to stay solid. And our minds, they thrive on clarity, which starts not at the pharmacy, but at the plate. Think of your body like a garden. In your younger years, you could plant seeds and watch them grow with minimal care. But now every nutrient counts, every drop of water, every ray of sunlight. And yet, so many of us fall into the trap of eating less, not because we want to, but because chewing hurts, or cooking feels like too much work, or we're simply not as hungry as we used to be. But here's what happens when we stop nourishing ourselves properly. Strength fades. Energy drops. Even mood can shift. Meet Eleanor. She was 72 when she started skipping meals. Not out of choice, just life. Her husband had passed, and cooking for one didn't feel worth the effort. She lived off toast, soup, and whatever leftovers she could find in the fridge. Within 6 months, she noticed her legs felt weaker. She stumbled more. Her doctor told her she was low in iron, B12, and protein. She wasn't sick. She was quietly starving her own body of what it needed. So she made a small but powerful change. She started planning one nourishing meal a day: a soft-cooked egg with spinach, a smoothie with Greek yogurt and berries, a warm bowl of lentil soup with a sprinkle of cheese. And slowly, almost without realizing it, she began to feel like herself again. Does this sound familiar? Have you ever felt like you were eating enough but still somehow empty? Because here's the truth. The only daily habit that rebuilds strength over 60 begins not in the gym, but on your plate. It's not about counting calories or chasing trends. It's about giving your body what it needs to keep standing tall, to keep living fully. And once you understand that, everything changes. Let's talk about something that doesn't always show up on a blood test, but can leave a mark on your body just the same. Have you ever noticed how your chest feels heavy after a long day alone? Or how your energy seems to sink when there's no one to share a laugh with? You're not imagining it. Science is now showing us what many of you have known in your hearts all along. Loneliness isn't just a feeling. It's a signal. And sometimes it's your body's way of crying out for connection, because without it, even your heart begins to suffer. Let me tell you about George. He was 76 when he came to see a cardiologist for recurring chest pain. He had no blockages, no high cholesterol, just a steady ache in his chest and a growing sense of isolation since his wife passed. His doctor looked at him and said something most doctors don't study often enough. Your heart might be hurting for reasons that aren't just physical. George didn't cry right then, but later that night he did, because someone had finally seen what he'd been trying to hide. That grief and loneliness were wearing down more than just his spirit. Now, here's the truth. Your body responds to love, laughter, and belonging like it responds to food and water. When those things are missing, stress hormones rise, blood pressure climbs, inflammation spreads through your joints, even your immune system starts to weaken. And yet, connection doesn't have to be grand or complicated. It can be as simple as a phone call from a neighbor, a shared cup of tea with someone who remembers your name, a weekly card game where everyone teases each other but still shows up. That's why this daily habit, this one practice that rebuilds strength over 60, isn't just about what you eat or how you move. It's also about how you feel, because your heart beats stronger when it's loved. So I'll ask again gently. Have you noticed how your body responds when you feel truly at peace? When you're surrounded by people who care, not just about your health, but about you? Because when that happens, something shifts. Not just emotionally, but physically. And that shift, it becomes part of your daily habit too. Let's talk about movement. Not as exercise, not as punishment, not as something you have to do because someone told you it was good for your heart or your bones. Let's talk about it as something that feels good. Because when you move your body in a way that matches where you are right now, in this season of life, it doesn't have to be hard. It can be soft, gentle, even joyful. Think of it like stretching toward life itself. Maybe it starts with just getting up from your chair a few times more throughout the day, or walking slowly around the house while listening to your favorite music. Maybe it's standing at the sink doing dishes and gently swaying side to side, keeping your joints loose and your circulation flowing. These aren't small things. They're powerful acts of self-care. You see, movement isn't just about staying strong. It's about staying connected to your body, to your balance, to your breath, to the rhythm of being alive. And here's the secret. You don't need an hour at the gym or complicated routines. All you need is consistency. Try this. Every morning, after you brush your teeth, stand tall by the window and stretch your arms toward the sky. Reach high, breathe deep, hold it for just a few seconds, and then let it all go with a slow exhale. That's one small change, one tiny habit. Now ask yourself, what's one small change I could try this week? Maybe it's walking around the block once a day. Maybe it's sitting down and standing up 5 times during breakfast. Maybe it's dancing to a song that reminds you of better days. Whatever it is, do it not because you should, but because your body deserves it. Because moving with intention is part of living with intention. There comes a time when health isn't just about how your body moves or what you eat, it's about how your soul feels. After 70, something shifts. You've lived long enough to know what matters and what doesn't. And yet, many of us still carry fear in our hearts. Fear of slowing down, of being alone, of not mattering anymore. But here's something quiet and powerful. You were never meant to stop being needed. Purpose doesn't retire when you do. It simply changes form. Maybe your purpose now is holding a grandchild's hand and telling them stories they'll remember for years. Or maybe it's writing letters to old friends who still cherish your words. Maybe it's tending to a garden, watching life grow even as you age. Whatever it is, when you live with intention, your heart beats differently. Lighter, stronger. And peace? That's not the absence of hardship. It's the presence of meaning, even in the hard moments. Let me tell you about Ruth. At 78, she was tired, not just in body but in spirit. Her husband had passed, her children were busy with their own lives, and she felt like she was just waiting. One day bled into the next without much color. Then one afternoon, she walked into her local library and saw a sign: volunteers needed for story time with kids. She hesitated, then smiled. She started once a week, reading books, making voices, laughing at the wide-eyed wonder of little ones listening to her every word. And slowly, something changed. She began waking up earlier, standing taller, smiling more, not because life was perfect, but because she remembered how good it felt to be needed. That one small act, showing up to read to children, became her daily habit. It rebuilt more than just strength. It rebuilt her. So I ask you now, gently, what do you want the next chapter of your life to feel like? Because if there's one thing I hope you take from this journey, it's this: aging isn't about losing yourself, it's about becoming more of who you truly are. Let's take a moment to breathe, to let it all settle in. You came here today because something inside you still believes in change, still hopes for more energy, more strength, more joy. And I want you to know, that belief is not foolish, it is brave. Because here's the truth: you are not too old. You are not done yet. Your body still listens when you care for it. It responds when you nourish it with food, with movement, with love, and with purpose. This daily habit we've been talking about, it's not just one thing, it's many things woven together. What you eat, how you move, who you connect with, and why you keep showing up. It's waking up a little earlier to drink a glass of warm water before coffee. It's choosing to walk slowly through your home, or outside under the sky, even if your legs feel heavy. It's calling someone, not because you're lonely, but because you remember what it feels like to be heard. It's finding meaning in the small rituals that make life feel full again. And most of all, it's believing that your best days aren't behind you. They may look different now, slower perhaps, quieter, but they can still be rich, full of laughter, of peace, of pride. You've already taken the first step by being here. That means you're still fighting for your health, your independence, your joy. And that fight matters, so don't wait for the perfect time to begin. There is no perfect. Only now. Only today. Only this quiet moment where you choose to care. Start slow, start small, but start. Because this is your time. Your body remembers how to heal. Your heart remembers how to hope. And your life, it's still yours to live. Before you go, I want to invite you into a quiet moment of reflection. Sit with it. Let it settle in your heart. What was one thing that made you think differently today? Was it the idea that fatigue isn't just getting older, but a sign your body is asking for more nourishment? Was it the truth that loneliness affects more than just your mood? It can shape your health? Or maybe it was the story of Ruth, the reminder that purpose doesn't retire when you do. Whatever it was, honor that moment, because that's where change begins. Not with a dramatic overhaul, but with a small shift in how you see yourself, your body, and your future. Now ask yourself, what small change will you try starting tomorrow morning? Maybe it's a warm glass of water before coffee. Maybe it's stretching by the window while the sun rises. Maybe it's calling someone just to say hello. Or perhaps it's simply deciding right here and now that you still matter, that your strength is worth rebuilding, that your life is still yours to live fully. Whatever it is, take that step, even if it's slow, even if it feels small, because every great transformation starts with just one choice, and I hope you'll share it with us. Drop a comment below. Tell us what moved you, what you're going to try. Or tag a friend who needs to hear this too, because healing grows stronger in community. This channel is not just about information, it's about connection, about wisdom passed on with care, about growing older not just wiser, but stronger together. So if this resonated with you, if it reminded you of something true, please hit subscribe. We're walking this path together, and there's so much more to come. You are not alone. And you are not done yet.